My favorite time of a season is the end of the season, where I evaluate my team's performances and then make plans for the future. On today's show, the results of our transfer special. I just done that on another channel called Daljit's Moments, where we went to Nottingham Forest. I've done a video, a 6-minute scouting guide. Today's show, we're gonna share the results. I already done it on the transfer special, but here this is gonna be the home of shorter form content. So I'm going to put everything together, including how I analyze my own team, right? So I looked at my team, I analyzed my team, I looked for its shortfalls, set up my scouting system, and lo and behold, the results just started pouring in almost immediately. Oh, he does look like a combination between a great player and a T-Rex. Holy cow, look at him. This is the biggest problem I have with the game, right? I don't use logic to play. I use heart to play. I see a name. I have to sign it. And I found the great T-Rex. My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Welcome to today's show. It's gonna be a look at Nottingham Forest. The goal here is to set our team up for the next season. On the 28th of April, we played Arsenal, beating them 3-0. I immediately, after that match, went to set up my scouting assignments, and I shared how I do scouting in a 6-minute video, explaining the favorite regions I go to all the time. And I did exactly that. What I did on that show was done to my Nottingham Forest save. Whenever I end the season, I always analyze my performances, but it's also very important to do them within a context. We are using a 4-4-2 with Nottingham Forest, so I already know that for my system to do well, we should be able to deliver crosses. We don't want to waste too much time on the ground. Our keeper has to be relatively good because we're an underdog, so he should be able to, outperform expectations. So how do you analyze your performances like this? Now, with a 4-4-2, generally you want your fullbacks and your wingers to deliver crosses or play key passes so that other players can create chances for your two strikers up top. We don't play a very complicated 4-4-2. We play an old-fashioned, simple, kick the ball as far forward as you possibly can and make something happen. There's no rocket science to my system. So the only thing I need to know is, are my fullbacks delivering key passes? Am I getting my crosses in? And whether my strikers are finishing off their chances. One of my fullbacks, his name is Dimeco Duhaney. Now, I tend to lose myself in my saves, and sometimes I don't notice if a player is actually underperforming. In this particular player's case, I fell into that trap. Now, we had some very good performances where he gave us some pretty good numbers. However, we had a lot of games that we played over the course of the season where he was below average, and he turned around and he started demanding a lot more in terms of his wages. Now, at that point in time, I was considering it, but I'm glad I didn't, because when I had a deeper dive into his numbers, he wasn't that spectacular. Now, I expect my fullbacks to deliver at least 3 key passes a game. That's quite a lot. However, in terms of Mr. Duhaney, he was doing something like 1.7 interceptions a game and 1.5 key passes per game, which wasn't a lot. So I realized very quickly that I was making a mistake if I wanted to keep him on the ledger. So there we go. The first person that we're going to be looking at replacing, he also wanted to be transfer listed because I just would refuse to give him the contract that he wanted. Evaluating your goalkeeper can be a bit tricky sometimes, and I have a very easy way of evaluating my keeper. Look at his form. SGA is goals against, right? So let's look at this. This tells you if a keeper is overperforming. So my keeper has been overperforming. 3.02 against Manchester United. This match played on the 24th of February 24th of February, right? 24th of February, where are you? There we go. We beat Manchester United 2-1. The only reason why we beat United 2-1 was because of the standout performance of our keeper. So if you want to know how good your keeper is in the game, right, this is how you find out. if his XGA equals the scoreline, for example, that means your keeper is not that fantastic. They was expected to score, they scored, right? But the scoreline is 2-0. XGA is higher, it means your keeper had a standout, either a standout performance or the opposition had a very bad, shooting day, which is sometimes the case. So you have to check both sides of the equation, right? So you have to make sure that you check all the numbers properly. All right, Manchester United, we bring it right to the top so it's easier. Okay, saves handled 7, saves parried 4. This is saves stick 2. 7 plus 4 plus 2, 11, 12, 13. 13, right? I'll go back to the game. Shots on target. This tells me this keeper was phenomenal. What about the rest of the positions? Well, we've kind of been managing our right wing with a striker. It's not ideal, but we do have plans on going out there to get ourselves a new winger. So that goes into our shopping list, along with the striker. Another striker up top to give us the option of using a strong and a fast combination, because we have loads of fast strikers, but we don't really have a person who can understudy our top target man. I mean, it's amazing that he's our top target man, Kai Shearhouse. Let's just face it, Kai Shearhouse is not the best target man, but I'm actually doing well with it. Do I want to continue with Kai Shearhouse or do See, he has got most player of the match awards in this season. Player of the match 8 times. Now, if you recall the scouting 6-minute guide that I did just a few days ago, we started our scouting program on the 28th of April. Now, that was just after our 3-0 demolition of Arsenal. So I got down and started preparing a lot of assignments for our scouts. So we sent them to the far corners of the earth. And I've already explained the system on another show. Let me just share with you the results, which happened on the live stream. Okay. Hobbit. Not interested. Carlo Alberto. Defender right. Wow. Okay. Lee Woo-jin. This is what our scout found, right? From South Korea, Ulsan. I got a mental scouting team. Now listen. We done that. Now we're just waiting on our scouting center. Oh, it's full again. That was fast. Boom. Did we just clear our scouting center? The scouting center has got more information there. Okay. I am not interested in 23s, 20. I will drop it here. Discard all this. Okay, tell the agents to shut up and get out. I just want to talk to my recruitment team. Okay. 16-year-old recruitment team. There we go. We found our first 16-year-old kid. Sander Moen from Valengra. That's the one, man. Okay. Not wasting any time. Transfer. Make an offer. Is this the second coming or Superman? The results were coming in thick and fast. I just didn't know who to pick. It wasn't long before I found my 2 fullbacks. Not 1, but 2. And then lo and behold, we were even tempted by the great T-Rex. With a name like this, how do you not use him in your team? And that's where the first dilemma came. But it's during this kind of situation, you're forced into changing your tactic because of the great T-Rex. But come on, man, how can you not play with a name like that? Scott, great T-Rex. Players like this are always going to end up in your saves. If your scouting system is solidly set up, you're always going to get phenomenal results from your scouts. It is always happened for me. And I always end up with the scouting center full of potentials. But if I were to sign the great T-Rex, it would also mean I had to change my tactic for my senior team and abandon my lovely 4-4-2. So if you ever find players like this and you're tempted to go sign them, that's something that you have to think about. Whenever you look at players to bring into your team, they have to fit into your system, at least for the long run. But you might find some youngsters who are really young and you might want to take a gamble. But you have to remember this, the tactic that they use is going to be the same one that the senior team uses. So their development is going to be affected as well. So I still don't know whether I'm going to sign the Great T-Rex. I'm very tempted to though. This is what I call my love safe. We've already had to kick me out of the club. I signed my region in the club and I had to say adios amigos. He turned out to be a load of crap. And our Indian signing, Simranjit Singh Tandi, just scored his first Indian national goal. Filled me with a great source of pride because he was a nobody that we signed simply because I wanted to have some masala curry at the club. And now we've got kimchi coming as well. So we've got a full Asian table of delicacies that my players will be able to partake. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget, more content to follow. If you enjoyed today's show, hit the like and the subscribe button. And I want to thank everybody for your support. Yes, I've heard you. You want the playthroughs to return. They have returned. Bye-bye.